Hi everyone, welcome to Chris's Corner. This is Chris with Craft Closet. Today we're going to talk about cleaning our Glowforge. Some of the things you'll need to have on hand are these lens wipes or similar items. You can get these at Walmart in the glasses section. Another thing you'll want is something that blows air. I use this air duster. I got it on Amazon. Instead of using the canned air, this is a great money saver because you only have to buy one of these, and good for the environment. Also going to show you how maybe you might want just a tool, a pokey tool. And this isn't to take off anything, this is to poke things through. And then we have cotton swabs. They are a must when you're cleaning. And I will show you that. So let's get started. So, can you see? When you're cleaning the Glowforge, always make sure that you turn the laser off. Just reach back to the back and flip the switch off. And then we're going to start out. I've thought about what order we should do this in, and what I want to start with is taking off the air assist fan, or cleaning the air assist fan. And I know we've had discussion in the group about whether to clean it from the back, which I do think is a good idea. Johnny, can you just show them where the air assist fan is back here? And so that is an option, and I suggest you do that. Do a major clean on your air assist fan. The first time I did this, I about had a panic attack. It's a little bit scary, but it's definitely doable. Okay, so what you do is first you want to take your laser head off. I like to keep this to the back of my Glowforge because it helps it stabilize. And then I think you know how to take this out. You just kind of twist it a little and unhook the magnets from the carriage plate. Never touch any of the lenses, or mirrors or lenses, or windows with your fingers because you don't want to get grease on them from your hand, or oil. Not grease, oil, sorry. First, you want to take the laser head and you want to unhook it from this. To do that, you just push down on here, and you kind of have to push hard and wiggle it out. Okay, so it just comes out like this, and I usually just tuck this under here so it doesn't get in the way. If you want, and this is a good time, you don't have to do this part. Even Glowforge says you don't have to clean this circuit, but if you're having a hard time with connections or something, just take some air and blow. Okay, blow that part clean. Alright, so we are going to set this aside, and I'm going to put it so that this black section is facing down because I don't want to damage any lenses. Okay, so next, now this is the part that people might think is scary, but it's not. What you do is you take your 2 index fingers and put it on, you can feel on the very back of the laser arm, you can feel the carriage plate. And put your thumbs on these wheels and you push it forward and pop it down at the same time. The carriage plate will unhook or release itself from the arm. And then start at the right side and using your fingers unhook the pulley, this cable, and then it will just fall off on the left side. Alright, so then it brings you to this, and this shows you, this is the air assist fan. So when people are saying my cut won't go through, or this is not working right, and other people say clean your air assist fan, this is the fan they're talking about. They're not talking about this fan. This is a totally different fan. The Eris's fan is the one on the carriage head. Okay, and so what we want to do is just try to get this as clean as we possibly can. Nope. And one thing that works really well, just upped it, are Q-tips. And what you can do is just start going through and poking down. There's some holes down there. You could take the Q-tip and kind of like poke down there and try to loosen any little pieces that you have that might have gotten stuck. Sometimes, depending on what you're cutting, this can get gummy. Not gummy, but it kind of builds up. So go through first and poke through. If you can see, you probably can't see this very well, but inside here,
for your downward.
Down here, there's holes that go through to this, and so you could take your Q-tip and poke it through into those little holes. Another thing I like to do is just take the Q-tip and go around and around and around and around to get the buildup off the sides. That gets dirty fast. I usually use quite a few Q-tips. You just want to make sure all of the buildup's off. And then I will hold it and clean these little blades. If you use compressed air, this goes faster because the compressed air, like in the can, not the blower that I was talking about. The compressed air is kind of has a liquid of some sort. I don't know. I used to use it, but I was thinking that it made my fan get dirtier faster, so I quit using that. And now I just wipe it off. It's not perfect when I'm done, like it is with compressed air, but I get it clean so that it will cut well. Okay, at this point, you can see it on the little dust fluff. I know this is going to be loud, but I have a little vacuum. And I just use, like, I don't know if you can see this in the camera. I did use a little vacuum like this. It doesn't have to be this brand or anything, just something small. And I'm going to turn it on. Now, if you can hear me, what I like to do is put it on the fan so it starts spinning.
Nice.
When your fan is clean enough and you use a vacuum, it'll spin like that when you hold the vacuum off to the side. I also like to suck out these little holes up here. Try to get as much dust off. And that's here. Okay, I probably should have done this part too before, but take a Q-tip and clean back here. Back here, it can get some buildup too. The thing that the air assist fan does is it blows dust away from the laser so that the laser can form a tight beam. I can't think of what that's called. Anyways, so that it pinpoints the laser and doesn't make the laser scatter. So whatever that word is. Anyways, okay, I am actually going to cut that good. I feel like this is good enough because we clean this quite often and don't let it get built up, but I personally don't think it has to be like spotless. I mean, this is good. Okay, so at this time, just check it over and make sure that everything's good, like your wheels and everything. If not, there's places on the Glowforge community. If you go to the section that's cleaning and solutions, there's something like support. It has places that you can click on to get new pieces, like new wheels and a new carriage plate or whatever, but this is looking really good. So now we're going to get it back on. We don't want to put it on wrong, so make sure that the teeth on the pulley are facing inward and not twisted. This one's, let's see. There we go. I couldn't find where it was twisted. So the teeth should be facing in, and then put it like right in front of these wheels. It doesn't hook onto the wheels. I thought that the first time, but it doesn't. You put it right in front. And then let's just do the opposite. Reach under here and you'll feel a bar where the wheels hook on. And then use your index fingers and your thumbs and you just pop it up like that so that it hooks on again. And then starting on your right hand side, use your fingers and hook the pulley on, and then come over your left hand side. Okay, this is the tricky part, and it's not that tricky, but it always seems like the tricky part. Have the carriage plate in the middle, and then there's a little wheel up here, and you want to get the pulley back on it, but it's a tight fit, so you have to be moving it with your fingers to the left and pushing it on at the same time. And sometimes it takes a little while. Okay, so I've got it, it popped on. Now, make sure that your plate moves right, otherwise maybe the line got twisted along the way or something. So, okay, we're done. We cleaned the air assist fan, we got it on, it's perfect. I'm going to leave the laser head off for now because I'm going to go in and we're going to clean the crumb tray. All right, let's talk about the crumb tray. If you use honeycomb pins made out of wood, they sometimes break off in here. I have some that are 3D printed that my son-in-law made, and they are amazing. I need to have him print a whole bunch for people. And they don't break off, but if you have some broken off pieces of wood or acrylic or something, a little tool like this, can't think of what it's called, works great. And you just find the little pieces that are stuck in it, and you just pop them through. So you just go through and make sure all the little pieces are out. Another thing that you can do instead of that is, and this is actually a good idea if you have any buildup on your tray, take a Q-tip and just go in each of the little pieces. So I'm starting with pushing the pieces through, and then we will take it out and dump it. Oh, I'm also going to just start wiping it off a bit. I want to get as much inside the crumb tray to start with before I dump it, just to make it easier.
Oh, it's called an Allen wrench. Faye has our back.
Allen wrench. Thank you. All right. Then to take out your crumb tray, I don't know why I keep messing that up. You just lift it up and pull it towards you. And then just take it to the garbage can. I like to put it on one side and tap it. And then put it over the garbage. And get out everything. Crumb tray. This is Johnny's Glowforge, and she does a really good job keeping it clean. Okay. Oh, I need to mention. Actually, we don't want to put this back in yet because we have to clean the rest.
We want to vacuum the inside.
Yeah.
As you can see, I've tried to wipe it down.
Yeah. So while that's out, we definitely want to wipe down the main part of the Glowforge. Okay, if you pull the arm forward, they always say use two hands. You know, I'm going to clean this up while I'm here so I don't get fingerprints. Now the laser tube, that's a controversial subject. Do you clean it or not? Honestly, I don't usually clean mine because I'm in a hurry. But if you're using it take pictures and stuff. You want to keep it clean. But Glowforge says, because I read up on it, it says you don't need to clean the laser tube. But you can wipe the dust off, keep things clean. Okay, so back here, there's right under the arm here, there's a circuit board. You do not have to clean this. They said that, but they also said that if you do, it may help. So we're going to just show you. You just get some air, and we're just going to blow it out. I think we should be wearing a mask for this.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. That's how easy that is. And then this fan, to clean this, get on the, I'll have a link, but to clean this fan, you take the hose off and you go from that side. Okay, we're going to push the arm back now. And we're just going to take a soft cloth. You could use alcohol, like rubbing alcohol on your soft cloth. And we're just going to clean everything off a little bit. Make it nice. Take a little dust in there.
It's a little dusty.
And you're a little dusty. And just reach it around. Okay. And now I've kind of wiped everything in one spot. I'm going to turn on the vacuum again and do this. Really full of crumbs and dust. I like to do that. Okay, I'm trying to do this quickly so that I don't use up your whole day. But I think it's really important to keep your Glowforge as clean as you can because it'll cut a lot better. Okay, we're at the point now where we can put the tray back in. Actually, I'm going to clean the window.
You can see where I've been cleaning the lens, but not the rest.
Yeah, we'll do that after. Yeah. All right. Yeah, if you don't clean this over a period of years, it gets built up on it, and then you can't take pictures through it. I know from experience.
So much better.
It's so much better.
Oh my gosh.
All right. You see these little dimples here? There's 4 of them. Make sure that they are clean and there's no little pieces of wood or acrylic in there. Because your crumb tray needs to go right on top of those dimples when you put it back in. And slide it around until it clicks in. You can see that it's clicked into place. Otherwise, your cuts won't work right. And then you can close back up. Let's get on to it and talk about cleaning the. Do you have the lens blue tool?
Yes.
There's a lot of different ideas about cleaning the lens itself. When I first got my Glowforge, the blue tool they sent was broken, and so I learned different ways to get the lens out, like a pencil erase and stuff. But I found that I can just take a lens wipe and then put it on my finger, like this. And first wipe the edges, and then get a clean spot, and then I wipe the lens. When you're cleaning the lens, make sure that it's not cracked and that there's no spots on it. But the right way to do it is to take the blue thing, which is your lens tool. This side says remove. You stick it up there until you hear it click. It's magnetic. And then you pull out the lens. And then you take your white. And one thing to be certain, don't ever touch the lens glass part with your fingers. Just only touch the metal part. So then slide that off. And you want to take this and carefully clean both sides of the lens. You're going to clean the outside here. You don't want to drop it either. That looks really nice. Glowforge says to inspect the pieces, before you put them back on. So with this, just to make sure you don't need to get a replacement. If this had a burn mark in the middle, you definitely need a replacement because the laser won't work if there's spots on it. So now we want to put it back in, and this says install. Oh, before we do that, we've already cleaned this, but you might want to clean this part with the white. Okay. So you turn this over to install. Now this side does not have a magnet on it. You want to put it so that the arrow's up. And this is a new thing with Glowforge. Some people don't have a lens with an arrow. To know that you're getting it in the right direction, the side that makes the bowl facing up is the side that goes up into the laser. So put the bowl side up. And then stick it in that hole until it clicks into place. Oh, wait. Did you see that? No, is it all right? Okay, when we're on this end, we're going to find a clean place. These are windows. I don't know what they do. I just know there are windows in there supposed to be clean. So take your wipe and clean these little windows. And then now let's talk about mirrors. There's 3 mirrors, but right now we're going to talk about 2 mirrors. This goes on the left-hand side when this is on here. Just take a wipe, clean around it. Don't ever touch these with your fingers. Can you open that for me?
Oh, you bet.
If you ever see spots that won't come off on any mirrors or on your lens, you need to get a replacement for your Glowforge to work right. So, to me, the most important pieces to keep clean for good cutting is the air assist fan and the 3 mirrors and the lens. If you can keep those clean, pretty much everything else is fine. So usually after I cut for a while, I always wipe my mirrors off. If there's any little dust on these mirrors, you won't get the laser beam to focus on one point, and it'll scatter. And so people write in and say, my cut won't go through, and you say, is your Glowforge clean? And they say yes, and then you say, check your mirrors, is there any dust? Because if there's any dust on these mirrors, chances are that it won't go, that the cut won't go through. Okay, you can also blow out this little fan. Let's do that with air. We're going to do it over the garbage. Should have done that before I cleaned the lens. I was just going to clean the little this little part again. Okay, that is perfect. So now we need to hook this back onto this ribbon and just basically do what we did to get it off. Just snaps into place. Pull on it, make sure it's in there well. And then this goes right back on, magnetic. Make sure it's moving smooth. Okay, let's go to the next mirror. The next mirror is under the left-hand side, and it always lines up with your Glowforge laser. If you move the arm, the mirror will be up here, whatever it is, straight across from the laser. And I don't know if you can see in there, but
A little bit. We
you
can
kind of
see.
have to reach your hand in there, find the mirror. Don't touch it with the fingers and just clean it off using a zest wipe. Get that nice and clean.
I
So
clean that one a lot, so it's pretty good.
this mirror and the mirror in there, those are essential to keep clean. Okay, did you know it's this blue mirror. You don't have to clean this as often. I swear mine never gets dirty. But they say to clean it after like 120 hours of use. I know that's a lot of
That one's
time.
really clean because I cleaned that one yesterday.
Oh, well there you go. So you'll want to take your wipe and carefully wipe this mirror. Inspect this mirror because sometimes if you put it in wrong, I've never had this happen, but I've seen it happen. You can get a burn mark on this mirror and your laser won't cut right if this has a burn mark. These are easy to replace, so if you need a new one, just order a new one. Okay, so that's clean. Now, let's put this in right because it needs to go in right. It does not go in upside down. It's a mirror that reflects onto the lens, so it goes with the lens, sorry, the mirror down. And you just put it in, and it sticks up a little bit. You can tap it a little, make sure it's seated, and that's what it looks like. It's a simple mirror. Then this is magnetic. Just put it back up. All right, we're almost done. Now the camera. Older Glowforges have windows right here. Mine's an older one, and so I have to clean its windows. For these newer Glowforges, they don't. So basically, I clean around it first, but just get a clean. That's why this one still has a spot. I'm going to use it. And clean your camera. The camera focuses well so that you can see what you're cutting and all of that. Now we've got everything basically clean. Let's talk about some things that you might not know that I learned this a different way. If you look here, there's some connections here, there's one here, and one here. If these connections aren't closed, then your Glowforge will do the homing thing, or it won't connect properly, and it won't let you cut. If you're having problems with those things, you can unhook this just like that, and then you can take a wipe or clean area and just make sure the connection's clean. I also like to just spray it with air. I feel like that's more comfortable for me than wiping it because I don't want to damage anything. So that's a really simple fix. And you can just blow these with air and then make sure they're shut tight. There's one right here, one right here, and one right here. And sometimes if it just keeps not connecting, you might have to replace this black ribbon. It's so easy to replace. I had to replace it online. My Glowforge is like 5 years old though, and I just barely had to replace it. I haven't had any problems at all. But open these connections if you're having a problem, blow it out with air, and make sure that these connections are closed. All right, so that's all there is to it. Let us know if you have any questions about cleaning your Glowforge. If you do, you can leave a comment below. Thanks and happy crafting. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. There's more to come, so don't miss out.